Richmond is the fastest growing city in Virginia. Over 230,000 residents live within city limits and about 1.3 million in the wider metropolitan area. And every single day, 50 new people are moving to Richmond. In today's video, we'll explore what's causing this flood of new residents and why moving to Richmond could be your best or worst decision of the year. I'm Greg Somerville, a real estate agent here in Richmond, Virginia. Many of my clients are new to the area. I consider it a real privilege to help them find their way around, to get to know this amazing city that once was so brand new to me. But with that comes the responsibility of telling the truth about a city that's far from perfect. If you're thinking about a move to Richmond, you may feel like I do when I walk into a clothing store. I want to spend some time poking around, checking out the sales rack before a pushy sales rep starts taking my measurements. So now that you found my channel, feel free to poke around all you like. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to request a free copy of my Richmond home buying guide. And if you get to the point where you have questions or would just like some personalized advice, my cell number's on the screen. I'm happy to talk. So what is causing so many people to move here? Well, Richmond is far more than Virginia's capital city. It's a place full of opportunity, history, and culture. From diverse job markets to incredible outdoor spaces and a thriving art scene, there truly is a little bit of something for everyone here. In November of 2024, U.S. News and World Report surveyed the best places in the U.S. to live in terms of quality of life, and it ranked Richmond number 14 on that list. There are 5 main areas that residents will often brag about when talking about the city. We're only going to skim the surface, but I hope this gives you a little bit of a taste of what makes Richmond so appealing. Richmond has played a major role in American history, and it offers numerous historic sites, landmarks, and museums to commemorate that rich legacy. The first British colonists established nearby Jamestown in 1607. A young Native American girl named Matoaka from the local Powhatan tribe grew up here. You may know her as Pocahontas. Patrick Henry sparked the American Revolution when he stood in St. John's Church and cried, "Give me liberty or give me death." Founding Father Thomas Jefferson designed the state capitol. Notorious traitor Benedict Arnold led a force of British troops that set Richmond on fire. During the Civil War, this was the capital of the Confederacy and the site of numerous battles. After the Civil War, the neighborhood of Jackson Ward became a thriving center of African American culture and business and was known as the Black Wall Street and Harlem of the South. More recently, after the death of George Floyd, Richmond's Monument Avenue became a focal point of the Black Lives Matter movement, resulting in the removal of Confederate statues throughout the city. Some places you may want to visit would include the Civil War Museum, St. John's Church, where they have reenactments throughout the summer, the Virginia Museum of History and Culture, the Verina Plantation, and the Richmond Battlefield National Park. The city has a thriving community of artists and musicians with a host of theaters, galleries, performing arts venues, and public arts projects. USA Today has named Richmond the #2 city in America for its street art. You'll find over 150 murals. Departures magazine says the most interesting arts attraction in Richmond has become the city itself, and it names Richmond as one of the most inspiring art cities in America. The Virginia Museum of Fine Arts includes almost 50,000 works of art from all around the globe. When the next edition is completed, it will be the 4th largest art museum in the entire country. Residents enjoy lots of local festivals like Arts in the Park and the 43rd Street Festival of the Arts. And then there's music. Richmond hosts some amazing music festivals, jazz festivals, and the annual folk festival. There are indoor spaces like the Altria Theater, the Dominion Energy Center, the Broadberry, and the National. Outdoor concerts on Browns Island are a popular attraction. And just this month, a new venue opened, the Alliance Amphitheater at Riverfront, which allows up to 7,500 fans to enjoy some of the best musical acts in the country. The city has been called the capital of creativity. What a great reputation. Political opinions and artistic tastes may vary, but Richmonders are 100% united in their love for the city's outdoor amenities. In a recent survey of America's 100 most populous cities, Richmond's park system ranked 16th. Last year, the city spent $186 per resident on its parks. By 2037, the city's master plan calls for 100% of Richmonders to live within a 10-minute walk of a park. The National Recreation and Parks Association just named Taylor Farm Park in Henrico the recipient of its 2025 Innovation in Park Design Award. Some of my personal favorites for parks in Richmond are Libby Hill Park, Bryan Park, and Forest Hill Park, just a block from my house. Pocahontas State State Park is the biggest state park in all of Virginia. But at the heart of it all is the James River, running right through the middle of the city and fueling its appetite for outdoor fun and adventure. 10 bridges cross the river, including 2 pedestrian bridges that offer amazing views. The James River Park system spans 600 acres on both sides of the river. There are Class 4 rapids and 20 miles of trails and water activities. When the weather is nice, you'll find Richmonders flocking to Pony Pasture, Belle Isle, Browns Island, or Rockets Landing. If any one thing defines and epitomizes Richmond, it's the James. Before we continue, I can't resist making a quick comparison. I'm here at the Manchester Climbing Wall. I still remember the first time my daughter introduced me to this iconic Richmond location. If you're a first-time climber, scaling this wall could be rather daunting. That's a long way up. But with a trusted guide to help you tie the knots, show you the handholds, and most importantly, keep you on belay, you can reach the top. If you're looking for a trusted guide to help you scale Richmond's real estate market, send me a text. I'd be honored to show you the ropes. The city's culinary scene is diverse and dynamic, with a wide range of restaurants, cafes, and food festivals. Bon Appetit magazine says Richmond is America's next restaurant-obsessed town. Twice a year, a lot of local restaurants participate in the Richmond Restaurant Week, with proceeds helping to support a local nonprofit called Feed More. We're blessed with a high concentration of Black-owned restaurants like Lily Pearl, Mama J's Kitchen, and Croaker Spot. Scott's Addition has been called the craft beverage capital. And if coffee is your beverage of choice, you can't go wrong with local favorites like Blanchard's, Ironclad, and Blackhand. There's some great farmers markets throughout the city and in the counties. And then there are the festivals, the Hanover Tomato Festival and Carytown's Watermelon Festival. Anyone who really enjoys eating and drinking is going to love living in Richmond. Last but definitely not least, Richmond is known for its friendly and welcoming community. Located where it is in the middle of the eastern seaboard, it has the charming politeness of a southern city and the gritty honesty of a northern city. Part of what makes it so appealing to me is the ethnic balance, with almost equal percentages of Black and white residents. People will spontaneously stop and talk, especially if you have a dog or a baby. They'll high-five each other or cheer each other on during a local 5K or a Wednesday morning workout group. They'll volunteer to serve within the community. Thinking of neighbors of mine, Riley and Sarah, who moved to our neighborhood a couple of years ago and just jumped in with both feet, helping to edit the newsletter, serve as treasurer for the association. They just had their first baby this week and they sent out a text to some other neighbors. It was really sweet to see. Neighbors will tell you their favorite restaurants. They'll help you find somebody who can mow your grass or help you file a complaint with the city government if you have to. Community is so important, and it is thriving here in Richmond. Not everything in Richmond is shiny and sweet. As much as residents love their city, they don't hesitate to point out its problems. Here are a few things you should probably know in advance. The first is housing affordability. Currently, the median sales price of a home in the Richmond metro area is $408,000, just below the national average of $417,000. After a huge increase between 2020 and 2022, housing prices have risen gradually over the last year and a half, but the median price of a home in Richmond has jumped 50% in the last 4 years. That's crazy. If you're moving to Richmond from Northern Virginia or New York or California, homes here are going to seem very affordable, but native Richmonders feel increasingly priced out of their own market. City government. It has a reputation for being slow and inefficient, if not corrupt. Recently, the city sent thousands of real estate tax bills to the wrong addresses. Employees have been known to use their business credit cards for personal expenses. And if you send an email or leave a voicemail, it's not uncommon that you don't get a reply. But we got a new mayor in January, and he's just hired his chief administrative officer. We're hopeful for better things in the future. The U.S. Postal Service. Richmond has some of the worst on-time delivery rates in the country. In a recent survey, just 84% of first-class mail arrived on time, and some didn't arrive at all. Think twice before you send a check or important business documents through the mail. The politics here are definitely purple. Blue in the city and increasingly red as you move out into the surrounding counties. As you drive around, you'll see MAGA hats and rainbow flags. I personally love this diversity, but it's not for everybody. If you want to live in a place where everyone thinks and votes the same, Richmond probably isn't for you. And then there's recreational marijuana. Virginia legalized recreational cannabis in 2021. Adults over the age of 21 can possess up to 1 ounce of weed and cultivate up to 4 plants per household. It's not yet legal to sell marijuana for recreational use, but you can share. And judging by the aroma around town, plenty of people are. This might turn you off, or it may just tip the scales and help you move to Richmond. Finally, we have to admit that we're an old city with an aging infrastructure and a limited tax base. The city has had 2 boil water advisories this year due to mechanical problems at the water plant. And during especially heavy rains, sewage does sometimes spill over into the James River. The city is working to address these problems, but tax revenues are limited and progress is slow. As my wife can tell you, I am a glass half full kind of guy, and I am full of optimism when it comes to Richmond. Yes, the post office has given me headaches, and I've wanted to pull my hair out at City Hall, but then to take a bike ride along the Virginia Capitol Trail, or meet a friend for coffee at Blanchard's, or watch the rock climbing competition at Dominion River Rock Festival, or just splash in the James with my grandkids. And suddenly life in Richmond seems very, very good. Thanks for listening. If you have any feedback or questions, I'd love to hear from you. And if not, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.